Have you ever noticed that some people seem to age differently? Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. At 75, they walk with steady steps. At 82, they laugh easily. At 90, they still wake up with something to look forward to. So what's their secret? It's not always perfect cholesterol numbers. It's not extreme exercise routines. And surprisingly, it's often not genetics alone. Today, we're going to explore the hidden pattern behind long life that nobody talks about. The quiet habits and inner attitudes that shape how long and how well we live. And as you listen, I invite you to gently ask yourself, how many of these patterns are already part of my life? They stay emotionally flexible. One of the strongest patterns among people who live long lives is emotional flexibility. They don't avoid stress. They don't pretend life is easy, but they adapt. Think about Margaret, 74-year-old widow from Ohio. When her husband passed away, she grieved deeply. For months, she felt lost. But instead of closing herself off, she joined a small book club at her local library. At first, she barely spoke. Slowly, she began sharing stories. She allowed herself to feel pain, and then slowly, she rebuilt connection. Long life is rarely about avoiding hardship. It's about bending without breaking. People who live longer often have the ability to recover emotionally. They allow disappointment. They don't let it define the rest of their lives. Ask yourself, when something goes wrong, do you freeze? Or do you gently adjust? They protect their social circle. Longevity is deeply connected to relationships, not hundreds of acquaintances, just a few meaningful connections. James, 68, meets the same two friends every Friday morning for coffee. They've been doing it for over 20 years. They talk about politics, sports, grandchildren, health scares, and old memories. Sometimes they argue, but they always show up. That consistency matters. Research continues to show that. Isolation shortens life, but emotional connection extends it. Humans are wired for belonging. Long-lived individuals often protect their small circle like it's sacred. They make the call. They send the card. They attend the birthday lunch. It's not about being busy socially. It's about being known. Who in your life truly knows you? And who do you make time for? They maintain a sense of purpose, even small ones. Purpose docen. Have to mean running a company or writing a book. Sometimes it's as simple as tending a garden, walking the dog every morning, volunteering once a week, helping a neighbor with groceries. Evelyn, 81, wakes up every morning at 6:30, not because she has to, but because she feeds the birds in her backyard. She says, "They're waiting for me." That small responsibility keeps her engaged with the day. People who live long lives often have something or someone that gently depends on them. Purpose gives structure to time, and structure gives energy to the body. Without purpose, days blur together. With purpose, even small tasks feel meaningful. What gives your day shape? Who or what benefits from you being here? They move, but not excessively. Here's something interesting. Long life isn't usually linked to extreme workouts. It's linked to consistent movement. Walking, stretching, gardening, light strength exercises, carrying groceries, playing with grandchildren. Robert, 72, doesn't go to a gym, but he walks his dog twice a day. He mows his own lawn. He fixes small things around the house. He stays physically involved in his own life. The body is designed to move daily, not intensely. Long-lived individuals often integrate movement naturally into their routine. They don't see it as punishment. They see it as participation. Are you still participating physically in your life, or slowly stepping back? They accept aging without surrendering to it. This is subtle, but powerful. There's a difference between accepting aging and surrendering to decline. People who live long lives often say things like, "Yes, I move slower now. Yes, I need more rest." But they also say, "I'm still curious. I'm still learning. I'm still here." Acceptance reduces stress, but surrender kills motivation. When Helen turned 70, she decided to learn how to use video calls to stay connected with her grandchildren overseas. It took patience. It was frustrating at times, but she refused to tell herself, "I'm too old for this." Long life is often tied to mental openness. Do you see your age as a limitation or as a chapter? They manage stress. Quietly, chronic stress quietly damages the body over time. Long-lived individuals aren't stress-free, but they often have rituals that calm their nervous system. Some pray. Some meditate. Some walk in nature. Some journal. Some simply sit in silence with a cup of tea. They create small pauses in their day. These pauses protect the heart, the immune system, and the mind. Think about your daily rhythm. Is there space to breathe? They stay curious. This might be the most overlooked pattern of all. Curiosity keeps the brain alive. Asking questions. Trying new recipes. Reading different perspectives. Learning a new skill. Even watching educational videos online. Curiosity sends a powerful message to the brain. I'm still growing. This growth signals vitality. When we stop being curious, we begin shrinking emotionally and mentally. What are you still curious about? The hidden pattern behind long life isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's consistent. It's deeply human. Emotional flexibility. Strong relationships. A sense of purpose. Daily movement. Acceptance without surrender. Stress management. Curiosity. None of these are extreme, but together they form a powerful pattern. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these patterns do you already practice? Which one do you want to strengthen starting this week? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might encourage someone else who's quietly wondering how to age with strength and dignity. If this video spoke to you, please take a moment to like it. Subscribe for more thoughtful conversations about aging well. And share this with a friend who values living not just longer but better. Because long life isn't just about years. It's about how fully we choose to live them.